If we look back into history, for example, at the ancient Greeks, they couldn't explain what caused certain natural phenomena, so they attributed it to supernatural causes. Why? Because they didn't have the ways and the means in order to explain it. Also, Dr. Jones mentioned something very important, which is we have to go back to the definition of causality. Causality, when something causes something else, that means that the cause must have preceded the effect. That means causality depends on time. The Big Bang is the explosion of the singularity of space-time. Space and time have been formed with the Big Bang. So, if there is no such thing as before the Big Bang, that means the causality is here negated. When you say in another argument of yours, you said that God is not a logical contradiction. Here it depends on the definition you have given of God. Is it only the omnipotent God, only the omniscient, only the creator? Because if it's only one of those or some of those, it's not the biblical or the Quranic God. If it's all of them, you can seem to apply some logical contradiction, like in the omnipotent versus omniscient argument or the argument from evil. Okay.
Okay, now we're getting to the nitty-gritty. This is a very good response, very good questions, I have to say. So firstly, let's go to the first point that you made, what was the first point that you made?
The Greeks not knowing.
Right, okay, yeah. Okay, that's a good point. That we can't, again, that we exhaust all attempts for naturalistic explanations, and then we should hold out for supernatural. I totally agree. But what you're missing here is that the beginning of the universe is confirmed by empirical science. That you can't deny that. It's like denying the gravity that the universe began to exist. There is just overwhelming evidence. Let's just say, for example, we have to be humble and we have to hold out. But remember, we're asking the question, is it the most reasonable position to maintain, even if we follow your line of reasoning and say, look, we have to be humble, we have to hold out to a possibility that we can explain it. Granted. But this moment in time, what is it reasonable to say that the universe began to exist? And anyone who holds the view that the universe began to exist, Stephen Hawking said, for example, in Space and Time, he said that everyone now believes that the universe began to exist. So anyone who holds the idea that the universe began to exist is confidently and strongly within mainstream science. Now, if you want to hold a fringe view, a radical view, go ahead, but it's not mainstream science. Now,